Good morning to those who have already joined us. We are going to kick off at 10 o'clock. So I have uploaded a poll that you are please invited to take in the meantime. And all the way through, any questions, any comments in the chat are very welcome. More from me in a few minutes. I am seeing some nice answers in the poll. A lot of you are not sending to your list regularly, so you are definitely in the right place to learn how to do more of that. And we're sort of in between marketing successfully and not marketing successfully. The biggest part is some of the time. So obviously you are needing a lot of consistency. I have got some ways to help you with that, but really it's making a commitment to giving time to marketing every single week. This is called working on your business, not in your business. So as you are hustling for leads and racing around and doing meetings and doing all those things, you're working in your business. Marketing is working on your business. It is an investment of time. And I urge you to put some time in your diary to market your business. A lot of people are saying they don't have enough time. I think time is available if you commit to making time for it. I personally do my marketing in the evenings while my husband is watching television, and I then sit with my phone and my laptop and I do my stuff. It takes maybe a couple of hours a week. I see unclear buyer seller profiles. I do some training on ideal customer avatars, and I'm suspecting that might be one of our future trainings here to get you on track about how to define who your ideal customers are and how that helps you do better marketing. So I'm grateful for that feedback. Don't know what to say or post. Well, you better stay here until the end of this session because I'm going to tell you exactly how to deal with that issue. Personal branding, my group coaching program will also help you with that. Iffy social media marketing, I've got you covered with that, and consistent commitment. So I'm very glad to see that I am addressing this training in the right direction following your poll feedback, and I appreciate that feedback. So for new participants, please take the poll, and I do believe we should be kicking off. Here we are in my marketing for real estate professionals, inspired by EXP. So thank you, EXP, for that. But the tips I share here, whilst we are focusing on the real estate industry, are for everybody. Think out of the box if you're not in real estate about how you can apply this to your business. First of all, disclaimer, we are recording. You saw that at the beginning. And people who have registered for this webinar will get a replay. I have been asked previously about, is there a certificate for this training? I am not CPD accredited, so it's non-verifiable or whatever you call it, but I will issue a certificate for people who attend all 3 email marketing sessions. Just a recap on what we talked about last week. We spoke about why email marketing is so important, how it works in the middle of your funnel, the benefits of email marketing over other marketing tactics, best practices, what you should and shouldn't do, especially in the age of poppy, and then email marketing tips, and then what content ideas. Today, we are going to show you how to grow that list. The biggest challenge most people have is I don't have a list, or I don't know how to start a list. So this today is really going to deal with that. And there's going to be some excitement here because you all actually have a list. You just haven't taken the time to put it together and to leverage it. I'm going to show you how to manually add your contacts to your list, how to use your contacts from your email list, how to use share email buttons, use your email signature to grow your list, website subscribe, social media subscribe, and then where the real value happens is offering lead magnets to grow your list. Let's first go back to where email marketing fits in. I explained to you at the top social media, Google My Business, networking, all the stuff is at play here at the top of your conversion funnel. Email marketing is where this happens, where you engage people enough to subscribe, where you give people enough value that they willingly give you, not buying lists, willingly give you their contact details for your list. And then your email marketing builds the relationship. It builds trust. It gets them to really get to know, like, and trust you. And from there, you take them up onto a conversion. So email marketing is the missing link that most people have between social media and sales. That is what I'm helping with here. These are all the services I offer. My name is Suze Bouwer. My business is RedMatchstick. I am a marketing enabler and invigorator, and my mission is to make marketing as simple as ABC. And I help you implement a very simple evergreen sales funnel. Once you put these steps in place, it's like a well-oiled machine that you just need to attend to here and there every week, and it'll tick over and keep generating leads. 25% of agents generate more than 50% of their annual business through referrals. And I think this applies to a lot of businesses, real estate agents, business services like accountants and HR, and other coaches like myself, life coaches, business coaches, etc. We get business through referrals. Why? Because we operate in a sphere where people need to trust us. People are going beyond just exchanging money for a physical item that they can see and touch. And referrals are how we get most of our business. 88% of buyers claim they would use the same agent or refer them again. And agents earn 42% of their business through referrals. The reason I'm sharing these stats with you is, how does this all happen if people don't know how to get in touch with you easily? If somebody has done business with you 6 months ago, a year ago, 7 years ago, what's your house selling cycle, 7 years? How do they still know how to get hold of you if you are not staying in touch with them on a regular basis? You are consistently offering value, and at the drop of a link, a button, they can refer somebody to you easily and quickly. That is where your WhatsApp list and your email marketing are critical to staying top of mind and making it so easy for people to take the next step. I hope that's really hit home. That's one of the biggest reasons for this, other than building relationships, is to stay top of mind and make it easy for people to refer you. So just checking in with those who've just joined, please take the poll. It's going to help me create content for the next workshops coming up. We've already identified that ideal customer avatar. The most important parts of the next step before you can build a list is, number one, step one, choose an email service provider. I honestly don't mind who you use. I use Mailchimp. I have used Mailchimp for 10 years. So I am not going to change easily, but you can use whoever you want. These same principles apply. I offer a Mailchimp startup product, but let me just say to you here, Mailchimp is free if you are signing up for less than 500 subscribers, and it is going to enable the opt-in form that I'm sharing with you here today. It is a way to add people to a list and a way to get people to sign up to a list. You must have an email service provider to do this. You cannot do it on your Outlook. The reason for that is people are willingly opting in, and they always have an unsubscribe option when you communicate with them from your email service provider. Those 2 points are absolutely critical to professional email marketing. As I mentioned, I have an offer to set it all up for you. I'm a great believer in that new business owners shouldn't waste time, or sole business owners shouldn't waste time doing something that's a once-off. Once you have set up your profile, you've added your first list, you've got your sign-up form, you've got your sign-up form for your website, for people to subscribe, etc. Those are all one-offs. I can easily set that up for you so you hit the ground running and you have a lead generation system in place. Step 2 is to export your Outlook contacts. It is very easy to do. You go into your Outlook and there is an export button and it asks you what you want to export. You export your Outlook contacts as an Excel spreadsheet, and then you go and upload that to your email service provider. Voila, first list in place. So none of you can actually tell me you don't have a list. Everybody's got even email contacts, even if it's 5. Start there. Right, then when you have your list uploaded to your email service provider, this is done on Mailchimp. This is what my sign-up form looks like. It is easily created in email service provider as a landing page. Created, all you need, minimal fields, just an email address and a first name. If you really want, ask for a cell number, because then you can start building your WhatsApp list as well. And then once you've set this up and you've published it on your email service provider, you copy your URL. There's mine, for example, and that now is what you share everywhere for people to easily access your sign-up form. Non-negotiable, you have to take those 3 steps in order to do the next part I'm going to share here with you. Easy ways to grow your list. We're going to work through each of those. First of all, manual ad. So this is when you have a new client contact you on email, for example, or you meet somebody in networking, or you have a meeting where you exchange business cards, where somebody gives you a business card. That is basically opting in. Why would somebody share a business card with you if they didn't want you to have their email address and their contact details? You can add those people to your list manually by going into your email service provider, add contact, and if you have it set up with an autoresponder, the minute you add the contact, that person gets a message to say, you have been added to my list, and at any time you will see there's an option at the bottom of my mailers to unsubscribe. POPI compliant, guys, as long as you give them the option to unsubscribe. I have got a new contact subfolder in my Outlook, where the minute I get a new contact, I just pull them over, add them across, so that when I have 10 minutes to spare, I open my email service provider and manually add those few contacts every week. Many of us forget that opportunity. And if you add people very soon after they've spoken to you, you're top of mind. The minute they get another message from you that says, I've been added to my email list, that kind of builds trust. It's not spammy. It makes people think, oh my goodness, okay, they've taken notice of me. I have been noticed. I'm validated. The quicker you adding contacts to your list and engaging with them, the better. This particularly is my bugbear with networking. You go to a networking event, you meet people in networking, and you get all these business cards and you don't make contact for a week. That's missed a big opportunity. If you go and connect with people the same day, even if it's just a WhatsApp message, great to meet you today. More soon, I've added you to my list. That is a great way to take people on a very positive customer journey with you. Right, enough about manual ads. Email contact. You know, I get so frustrated with people that have pretty pictures in their email signature. Because if something isn't clickable in your email signature, what is the point? Do you really think somebody is going to look at a Facebook logo and go and search for you on Facebook? They don't know what your Facebook page is called. The same with all the other social medias. People who are mailing you haven't necessarily subscribed to your list. And your email signature is an opportunity to sell people a product, to use a lead magnet that I'm going to explain to you later to build your list. This is built in Outlook, folks. This is not some fancy design tool. If you go into your email, your Outlook, and you go to options and you go to signature, you can create these. I simply added in little icons and embedded the link for each one of these. If you receive an email from me, you will see every single one of these things is clickable in my email signature. Use your email signature as a sign-up tool. Next, website sign-up. The opt-in form on your homepage, your side panel on your website is very important. Now, I know many of you share a website on Property 24 or whatever. You need to find a way to build your list from that website. Lead magnets might be the way. We'll talk about that down the line. But for those of you who have got a website, add a sign-up form. That same form that you build on your email service provider, you simply copy that URL and embed it on your website. It's that simple. Once you have that step 3 of the process I mentioned right at the beginning, i.e. you create your opt-in form and grab the link, you can share that everywhere. Your website is an important part of the customer journey. People have landed there by search, by accident, by a link you've shared. What is the next step you want them to go on? They're going to explore your site, and hopefully it's going to be so valuable that sign up to your list for future contact. When you create that opt-in form, you have an autoresponder that tells people they are signed up, what they can expect to get, and a reminder they can unsubscribe at any time. I like to add a little comment that says, I hope you'll stay around long enough to give me a chance to serve you. Right, next, we want to attract our social media followers. While you are all chasing numbers on social media, you are chasing a vanity metric. It is just numbers. And until somebody has subscribed to your list, they are not part of your tribe. You have to find a way to take people to sign up to your list so that you can take them from knowing you and liking you to trusting you and buying from you. And email is the only way you're going to do that. How do you do it? You go to your button here on Facebook, on your home profile. You see those 3 little buttons there? That is where you can edit your action button. And when you edit your action button, you get these options. And you can do all sorts of things. But in this instance, I'm suggesting you give people the sign-up option. And when you give them the sign-up option, URL that you've saved goes in there. And automatically, people sign up and they go to your list. How easy is that? Instagram is a bit more tricky. What's difficult about marketing on Instagram is you can only share a link on your profile or in stories with a link sticker. That makes taking people on the next step with you that much more difficult, right? Who's using Instagram successfully? And by that, I mean, who is getting leads through Instagram? And if you are doing it successfully, tell me how people are referring you on Instagram. Because it is very difficult to send people on the next step. And this is how you would use that same sign-up form on Instagram. So you would go to your profile, you would go to edit profile. That's step 1. In your profile, step 2, you would go to links. And step 3, you can now, just recently, add 5 different links to your Instagram profile. Use them wisely. Obviously, you want people to go and see your Facebook page from Instagram because they're the same ecosystem, and that works very nicely. Some people on Instagram might prefer Facebook and be grateful to find you easily. Always your website. These are lead magnets, folks, to build my list. This is a marketing quiz, another lead magnet to build my list. And this is a buy now link to my content marketing. You see how easy it is to take people on the next step by using your Instagram profile wisely. I hope that was a wow moment for some of you. Okay, another way to add people one at a time is go into your email service provider, as I said earlier, and add an email address. So you get something like this where you can manually add a subscriber. Another way to do it, I was thinking for those of you who are doing show houses and have one-on-one meetings with people, is to have that same opt-in form on a tablet and let people click on there and add their information. Wouldn't that be easy? So you could have a tablet sitting at a show house and just say, please add in your details. First of all, it saves you a ton of time having to retype all the contact information. And the chances of them typing it correctly versus you typing it correctly are quite important. Even better, and I've just created one of these yesterday for my networking group, is a sign-up form as a QR code. You can just go and Google, generate a QR code, and you embed that same opt-in form URL into the QR code. So somebody with their cell phone simply scans this and types in their details. So we've done manually add, we've done email contacts. On the bottom of your email, when you set up an email service provider, you have a button that says share on social media. So you can share to Facebook, you can share to LinkedIn, and then there's also share the email. Because the email service provider tracks when your email is forwarded to people. So make sure when you set up your emailer that you have email share buttons at the bottom. And as I mentioned last week, always add a PS to your email that says, sharing is caring, share this with anyone who needs it. Okay, so we have done email signature, website subscribe, social media subscribe. Now we are going to my favorite topic, lead magnets. This is the list building game changer. What is a lead magnet? First of all, it's valuable content. It's got to be something your ideal customer wants. It solves an important, urgent problem, a problem that they want solved badly enough that they are going to willingly exchange for their email address or cell number. I've just had a great example today to say somebody wants a replay link to last week's training. And I am saying, this is a lead magnet, this training. You are getting this training in return for your email address. So if you don't give me your email address, you're not just someone going to get the link to the training. That's why it has asked for people to be registered. You know, there's no such thing in life as a free lunch, huh? So that is what a lead magnet is. And the first thing you have to establish is, what does your ideal customer want? These are generally the most common problems you've got to solve. You can take a screenshot of this. Obviously, being here, you will get a copy of the replay. But people generally want to save time, money, make money, increase money, increase happiness, improve relationships, improve health. They want to gain something or reduce something. You know, the fight or flight syndrome. What do they want to get away from? And what can you solve? Write in on this worksheet for yourself. How can you help them save money? This is the beginning of identifying your lead magnet exercise. Write your own there, and then spend a bit of time looking at what your competitors do to offer those solutions. That is going to be where you're going to identify a gap that helps you offer a lead magnet that they want and in exchange for an email address. Okay, so we've said something valuable. How do you determine the value of your lead magnet? First of all, don't confuse people. It's about one big thing. Solve one real problem and give them something they really want to solve that one problem. Be ultra specific. What is the vehicle? i.e., is it a download? Is it a consultation? Is it a checklist? Is it a quiz? What are you actually? The vehicle is the tool by which you are delivering the result they are looking for. Is that clear? The vehicle is a tool. And what is the problem you're solving? And what is the outcome, the benefit? What is the transformation you promise? i.e., what's in it for them? I had another meeting yesterday about somebody who's organizing a fundraising event and charging lots of money. And I said, so what's in it for them other than a really good meal? Philanthropic people these days need a bit more than just an invite to a fancy event. What is in it for them? Appeal to emotions, appeal to ego, appeal to all those things that matter. And of course, you need to know your audience to know what is going to push them over the top. What is it they want? What is the one important win? Is it physical? Is it material? Is it emotional? What is that one important win? And then make it quick and easy to consume. A lead magnet is not valuable if it's a 50-page ebook. That is immediately overwhelming. You need to have fun doing it. It needs to be enjoyable. You need to have passion. You need to feel you are adding value with this thing. And you need to be able to create it fast. If you need to go back to the drawing board and go and learn and go and mess around and waste time, then it has value. It's not a free lead magnet. It's got to be something that's easy to do. And it must build your brand reputation and trust. It must look professional. Set it out nicely. Or if it's a consultation, make sure the process is simple. It's easy. You don't force them to jump through too many loops to connect with you. It's got to work. I just had an epic failure today. Somebody set up a free consultation with me on Calendly, and Calendly ended up in my spam folder. I am mortified because that is really a broken promise. Watch those things. The minute something like that happens, don't annihilate yourself, but go and fix the processes, guys. It's got to build your reputation and be easy, instantly accessible. As I've just said, minimize the processes and hoops you make people jump through to get access to their freebie. Showcase your expertise. So often I see competitions run, and competitions are a form of lead magnet. I so often see competitions run on social media and these amazing prizes, like, for example, in property, you might say, sign up for a free tablet, for example. What has a tablet got to do with your business? People will sign up because they want the free tablet, but they might never be an ideal customer. Be very careful that whatever you're offering builds your reputation and demonstrates your expertise and your unique value proposition. Otherwise, you're going to attract the wrong people who are simply going to unsubscribe when the opportunity has passed. And finally, it must take people on the next step of the customer journey. When you plan your lead magnet, almost start at the end. Where do you want people to end up with you, i.e., a listing? So what is the step before a listing? You want them to call you to come and view the property, perhaps, to give them an evaluation. What is the step before that? So working all the way back, your lead magnet would be what? What can your lead magnet be? What should it look like? As I've said, the easiest and quickest for you to create. The format, however, comes back to who you are serving. Remember things like bandwidth, connectivity. Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Instagram? I've demonstrated to you on Instagram, much more difficult to deliver lead magnets. If you're doing lead magnets on LinkedIn, you've got to use stories with a link in the story to click on the link to claim the lead magnet. So this is a whole list of the different things you could be doing that could be a lead magnet. I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just going to sit for a few seconds for you just to digest, maybe make a note of what immediately leaps out at you. What can you easily deliver as a lead magnet? There are lots of different ways you can get people to sign up for something and build your list. Right. Now, how to deliver your lead magnet. I showed you right at the beginning, the opt-in form. So we've already created an opt-in form. So this is going to be a no-brainer. This is obviously on Mailchimp. So my disclaimer, that's who I use, but I know every email service provider has this capability. So you would go and create an opt-in form. You see, this is a download opt-in template. And you would just go and edit this. Add your logo, add your headline. So you would immediately reinforce what they've signed up for. So here is your X, whatever you've created. You would use this space as a reinforcement, promising what are they going to get, encourage them to download and give you their details, and then email address, first name. When you click on the subscribe box, you've got your subscribe text. You can change that, and I recommend you change it. It's not, subscribe has become very old-fashioned. So it's become much more chatty on the opt-in button. Things like, give me the goods. Can't wait to see my whatever calculator. Let me book my free appointment. Whatever it might be, make this chatty so it reinforces and encourages people to go ahead. Once you've done that, so you can edit that, then you get the option to send them to a landing page. And that landing page, when you click there, you will be asked by the email service provider to upload your freebie. So your freebie, if it's a document, a physical thing, a download, you would upload the document. So there's no more hoops. They literally fill in this form, they click on it, and they immediately get their download. If it is signing up to an event like this, you've seen how it works. You sign, you give the web address. So the web address would be the opt-in form for my Zoom. Does that make sense to you? So here is where you want them to go on the next step to deliver the lead magnet as quickly and easily as possible. Okay, and then once you do this, once again, you get a link and you use that link on social media posts, on fabulous place to use them, and one of the best places to use them once you've created a really valuable link, lead magnet is LinkedIn messaging. I just showed one of my clients today how somebody used a quiz lead magnet for me in a LinkedIn message. You go and find your ideal customers, message them directly, and offer value right out the gates. But at the same time, you're building your list. Right. So let's talk about some real estate lead magnet ideas. Now, this can apply to any business. Think out the box. Local market analysis, first-time home buyer's guide. Imagine that, guys. How many people are terrified of navigating these scary waters the first time? A seller's guide, a calculator to work out how your bond is calculated. These things are great, valuable tools because they help people avoid having to engage with a bond originator to work out how bond works. That's not the first step they want. They want to educate themselves. Give them the tools to easily overcome the next steps, answer those challenging questions. List of homes, home decor guide, podcast talk, Zoom training like I'm doing now. You could be engaging your ideal customers on a Zoom training. Host workshops in person. You could go and do talks at networking. Free home evaluation and a city guide. Imagine for people moving to your city, everybody from Joburg's heading down to the Cape. How many of you are telling people where are the right places to live? What should you be looking for? What areas suit who? The sun doesn't shine on one side, the sun shines on the other side. There are so many things you can help people with in making decisions. Once you have those tools, where do you put them? Social media posts. And it is adding value. So your post is not a salesy post now. It's an informative, adding value post. You are saying, learn more about where to live in Cape Town. Download my city guide, etc. For those of you who have got websites and have started creating blogs or who are considering blogs, this is a really important part of your marketing. It is where you can say what you like. On social media, you can't just say what you like. People haven't got that attention span. And a lot of the time, the social media platforms don't want you to have too many of your own opinions. On your blog, you can say what you like. And in your blog, you can embed lead magnets that encourage people to sign up. And there you take them from just a visitor to an email subscriber. Same thing I've said on your website opt-in form, on Zoom events, obviously paid advertising. I don't know how many of you are doing paid advertising, but advertising a link to an opt-in is a fantastic way to build your list because there it's low threshold. Most businesses are advertising buy from me now ad posts, and people haven't even got to know, like, and trust them yet. So advertising for people to take the trust step with you, to get to know you, to see what value you offer, for me is a much more sensible spend of budget than throwing money at people who are going to click but not buy. And then I've said email address, here's how you set it up. Go and use your email address, and slap bang in the middle, I just want to talk about groups. Many of you are not leveraging groups, whether it is networking in person or social media groups, LinkedIn groups and forums, Telegram groups, etc. So, first of all, hijacking somebody else's group is the ultimate bad manners in digital marketing. You do not use somebody else's group to market your services. First of all, on the BHC, Blue Heart communities, their rates are really reasonable. 450 Rand a month to do promotional selling posts on Blue Heart communities. They really work. And you just get your little BHC number, you put it at the top of your post, and you mix your content between trust-building content and selling content. There you can promote because you paid for it. On the other groups, you have to build authority, you have to build your reputation, and you have to add value. How do you do that? By giving opinions, by giving advice, by giving tips, and offering valuable lead magnets that take them from those groups into your ecosystem. What we have been talking about now is actually called content marketing. It's creating a piece of content that you're distributing everywhere to achieve a marketing objective. And when done smart, as I've demonstrated, one piece of content can be sent in all directions to achieve things on different platforms. So real estate content marketers are not hugely successful. And I believe it's because nobody's really explained to you how this works. Because you are all scrambling, doing so many different things instead of working smart. So I hope what I've shown you here is a way of working smarter. And content marketing is when you distribute content that's relevant and valuable with the objective of driving profitable action. So right here, it looks all very free. I've got a friend who says you shouldn't be training for free. But what I'm doing right here is getting you to know me, like me, and trust me. And I'm going to stay top of mind with my email marketing. And when you are that way inclined, I believe you will take the next step with me. But if I just advertised my services on social media, the chances of you signing up ever would be zero. Correct? Do you get that process, folks? It's about educating and entertaining. Let's connect more than sell more. So how do you do this? Now, I want to tell you quickly about what I do because today is the 2nd. And normally I wouldn't be selling to you so far up front in the process. But today is the 2nd and my content coaching closes today. I have a content coaching group called Content Marketing Kaizen. And for those who don't know, Kaizen is constant improvement. It is a whole 300 Rand a month. I open from the 27th to the 2nd because if you come in later than the 2nd, you're overwhelmed because there is already content for the new month in there. And I coach in a group based on this content calendar. So every day of the month, there is a content tip and I download a week's worth of content on a Friday afternoon for the coming Sunday, next Sunday, so that you can either create content over the weekend or on the Monday morning, day by day. So if you are posting something and you don't need help, you ignore that day. But you come into that content calendar, I'm going to show you in a minute how it looks, and you grab the post for the day. There is content inspiration. You don't need to worry about this, but this is to show you that I have built in the marketing strategy. I have done the strategic thinking for you, and I'm holding you accountable to be creative, create unique copy, and push out the envelope on the type of content you share. Because the minute you become the same old, you become boring. And then there's a little bit of extra fun stuff that you'll learn about in the group, which helps you leverage content. Right out here, tomorrow on the 3rd is Smart Home Day. How's that? For real estate agents, how can you supply tips on Smart Home Day? You hashtag Smart Home Day and your content will improve on the day because day of the year hashtags help content get seen. And then I give additional coaching in the group for the day. You get a whole bunch of bonuses. There is, in addition to accountants and other businesses, different folders with real estate Canva templates. So you can go and click on these templates, go straight to my Canva and go and add your logo, add your own picture and edit the copy if you wish. And here are a bunch of ready-to-use posts for the month that tie in with days of the year on the content calendar. So when you're really stuck for something, there's something silly here you can post to be consistent. A lot of you said you find trouble to be consistent. You could pop into this group and grab a post a day and it'll take you less than 5 minutes a day. But you're staying in front of your audience, you're staying present, you're staying top of mind. The minute your consistency drops, your following forgets about you. That is the sadness of social media. You have to stay present and stay in front of them. And when people engage, they are telling the algorithm they like what they see, and the algorithm will show them more of your content. And then finally, this is what the coaching looks like in my group. Every day, there's a post kind of reiterating what's on the content calendar, but elaborating with more tips of what to write and more stuff to help you learn what to write, how to do better marketing. So there's coaching, there's free tools, there's a marketing strategy, all the things you said right up at the beginning in this poll that you need. Thursday, the 9th of November, next week, I am going to do part 3 of the email marketing workshop, and I'm going to do copywriting best practices. We're going to do a deep dive into subject lines, which is the first part of getting your email read, and then lay out tips on how to make an email something people want to read and do read. This is where you can find me if any of you want to connect. And I am obviously going to download the chat, and I will reply to you in the follow-up email, the replay email, with any chat questions. But I would like to open up, and anybody who wants to ask me anything, jump in.
But I'm going to ask a question.
Please do.
Yeah. Do you perhaps have like a tutorial on what is this? On exactly how to do social media marketing, paid marketing, let's say.
Not paid.
Because I've seen there's like this nature of search engine optimization, tags, and all of that, and there must be like a right way of
Sure.
getting to your target.
Sure. Tell me, first of all, can I answer your question with a question? Are you doing consistent email marketing?
No, I'm busy with putting together a database of yeah.
At least you're doing that. Are you doing consistent social media marketing?
I haven't started with my paid marketing because I
No,
know
I'm saying
I need to
not
get it
paid, organic.
Yeah.
Are you doing consistent organic social media marketing, i.e. free?
Yeah.
On which platforms?
Facebook, Instagram.
How often a week?
Maybe twice or 3 times.
Okay. So you've just given me the answer to your question. I touched on it earlier. When you use paid marketing, you need a reputation, because you need that trust factor. You need authority. You need people to already have an opinion about you. So to go and advertise and spend budget right out front on selling your services when people haven't got a cooking clue who you are, whether they like you, whether they trust you, and what you actually do, and who have you done it for, etc., etc. So until you are marketing effectively and building your reputation, you are consistently in front of people, you are offering solutions to problems, you are wasting, in my opinion, your money advertising, because people will click and take a look, but they haven't got enough trust to buy. So right up at the top, guys, you have to start with consistent, effective social media marketing before people will take the next step. That is the way of the world. When people see your ad on a billboard, they see your property signs, they see meet you in networking, etc. The first thing they do when they get in front of their device is go and look for you on on Facebook or Google you. You have to be present and you have to build your reputation. So gathering testimonials, showing testimonials, getting people to making it easy for people to refer you. That is all ahead. That's the horse before the advertising cart. Does that answer your question?
That's a beautiful answer. Thank you very much.
And also, actually, I didn't answer your question because you asked if I offer paid advertising. I don't, because I believe in building your audience, building your platform with really good content, taking people to an email list and marketing with your email list. That is a lot cheaper than advertising online.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Suze.
You're very welcome. Anyone else?
Hi, Suze, if I can maybe just make a comment. I think what's really amazing is I think what you're saying is there's a system and we need to follow the process. And often we jump to the end and we wonder why we don't get the results. So I think it's really a deliberate thinking about, what is it you want to offer? What's your value proposition? And when you get that, then I think the rest follows. Because I think we always struggle with the back end because we always like worry about,
Sorry, Heidi.
Okay, so I think it's very valuable to see the process and how it all links together. So I think that's extremely valuable for me to see. As a person who's never done social media marketing, so I think I really appreciate your input today in your presentation.
Thank you, Heidi. I appreciate that, because I think where a lot of people fail with their social media marketing is it's seen as a standalone. And it's definitely not a standalone. Unless you see it as part of your bigger marketing picture, you're not going to get results from it. People buy earrings on social media. They don't buy houses and coaching services, etc. on social media. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to close the meeting. I will be in touch with the recording. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and I look forward to seeing you next week.